Johnny Depp. So they basically want to know what happened between them. Um, Damn, that's when he was still fine. Okay, so listen, guys. When you're with somebody who makes you look good, that's a good relationship. And if you're with somebody who makes you look like shit and miserable, get out. Get out. Relationships should make you feel good. All right, so Vanessa and Johnny, what was the energy of their relationship in the past? um, Wow. Wow. Hold on, let's see. Wow. Johnny is a mess. So first I asked, what was the relationship like in the past? And it looks like they argued a lot, actually. It wasn't, well, actually, I don't know how that relationship was portrayed because I wasn't interested in it. But it looks like they argued quite a bit. And I feel like on his end, it's like, didn't he want to marry her? Because it feels like he was disappointed that she didn't want to marry him. And they argued a lot. It's not like him and Amber Heard type of arguing, but it looks like they had quite a few fights. And on his end, I don't know what it is with him, but whenever I look at his relationships, it's like he feels lonely he's so lonely all the time. He's a very lonely guy. Super, super lonely guy. He wants to be in love. He wants to love somebody, but it's like it always ends horribly. I don't think he knows how to handle or how to foster a loving, stable relationship for a long time. Like, he comes across as a lover to me, as someone he's gentle, very affectionate, but it's like things just always blow up in his face. That's what he feels like. He feels like things always blow up in his face. So he has a little bit of a victim mentality. And Vanessa, I asked her how is she? How does she treat him? She has the Queen of Pentacles, which is one of my mother cards. So she's the mother of like one or two of his kids, I think. She was loving, she was nurturing towards him, but something about her reminded him of his mother. So he was kind of he loved her, but he was kind of afraid of her at the same time. That's not to say she didn't do anything to him. That's just him reacting to her. She didn't do anything to him. But it's also showing that she was very free-spirited. And sometimes she acted like she was single as well. So she cared for him. But it doesn't feel like love. Like, his side feels like love. It's dramatic, but his side feels like love. Whereas hers is like, I care about him. I wonder about his future. You know? She was very free-spirited. She was really independent too. And I think that's something that he didn't like. He gives me the impression that he wants women to depend on him, especially financially. So that's his thing. That's his little kink. So if anybody is like a financial dominatrix, like, go check him out. As for their relationship right now, I don't think they're on great terms right now. Yeah. I mean, she still worries she has like a very motherly vibe towards him. She still worries about him, but I do think that they're like arguing a little bit. Yeah, they're arguing a little bit, but I think eventually they're going to be fine. And in the long run, they'll be fine. They're not going to get back together, but like they'll be on good terms later on. Yes. Well, so when I saw him with Amber Heard, listen, this guy, he was in love with Amber. He wanted to treat her like I think the saying I used was Mr. Moneybags, big man on campus. It's like he wants to be seen as super generous with his money. I mean, he is. He wants to be seen as super generous with his money. He can shower money on women. He can take care of them. He can do this. But with her, he loved her and he wanted to travel the world with her. He wanted to show her so many things. It's like he wants to be above the woman, not in like a sexist way. I mean, he's probably a sexist, not in a sexist way. It's more like he wants to take care of her, but he chooses like very feisty, independent women. I mean, that's an understatement for Amber, but he likes independent women, but it's almost like he likes to like put them in this role of, I want to take care of you. I want you to be a kept woman, you know? It's very weird. It's very weird. And with Vanessa, so his cards with Vanessa are much nicer. With Vanessa, the issue with her is that she was very free-spirited. I think he wanted to lock her down, because I think he wanted to marry her, and she was saying no, and he didn't like that. And I feel like she kind of acted single. I don't know if they had an open relationship or something. Like, she cared about him, but she was like, I'm going to do my thing. Nothing wrong with that. I'm the same way, but like, he needs to choose women better. Like, he wants to take care of somebody, but he chooses like free-spirited, independent women. Yeah, so their relationship wasn't horrible. It's just that he has an issue with love. He has an issue with keeping Johnny can come swing my way. Well, he has King of Pentacles energy. But he's also very feminine. He's very soft. So I feel like spending money on people, come my way, Johnny. Spending money on people, spending money on women. Well, people in general, spending money on women, taking care of them, being like a sugar daddy, that makes him feel masculine because he has very effeminate energy. And again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But he has very feminine energy. So like whenever he gets with these like super feisty kind of masculine energy women, nothing wrong with that, because I'm the same way. When he gets with them, it's like it doesn't work out. I think he thinks he needs like a Leave It to Beaver, June Cleaver type of lady, but that's not his preference at all. He likes to be dominated, honestly. I think he likes to be dominated, to be quite honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he's into that. He likes it, but like, you know, Amber, she took it too far. Did y'all see my video on him and Amber? Wow. I'm not watching the trial. I look at little videos or threads or whatever, but I'm not watching the trial because I feel like the information is already out there. But that was a wild video. I actually ended up feeling bad for Amber. All right. Let me get this straight. I don't think that he likes to be dominated that way. I think he likes for women to take advantage of him financially. Like, he's like, what is it called? Like financial dominatrix or something? I think he likes that. I think he likes that. He likes spending his money on women. Sounds like into that freaky shit. Listen, he was friends with Marilyn Manson, so I'm sure. All right, what's the next one? Why can't such a good live? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I didn't know you were here. Call Findom a pay pig. Why do y'all know these words? Well, listen, I don't feel bad for Amber that she's being humiliated. One, because she lied about her hand in the relationship. She lied that she was beating on him. So I don't feel bad for that. I don't like liars, especially people who lie about abuse, especially women who lie about abuse. As somebody who's gone through my own issues with that, I can't stand that. And I knew from day one that she was lying. But as I read on her, I saw that she has emotional problems. And it's not that it's not like, so in for the way that I read tarot, I have different cards for narcissists, for liars, for manipulators, for people who are like they're abusive on purpose. The thing with Amber I know some people who were watching the video, they didn't like it, but I don't feel that she was abusive to him on purpose. Like she didn't want to hurt him. That's just her. It's hard to explain, but I guess because somebody told me that she was diagnosed histrionic and borderline personality, it makes sense. Because I've been friends with someone who was histrionic. Maybe she was borderline too. They don't, for the most part, they don't mean to hurt people. It's just like, that's just part of them. That's just who they are. It's hard to explain. Sometimes people think that it's making an excuse, but it's really just who they are. You don't have to put up with it. I didn't. I left that person in the dust. Like this, I think I talked about this earlier this year. This was a friend of mine. No, she was histrionic, bipolar. She wasn't that nice of a person, but I liked her. But she was very, now that I think about it, she was very similar to Amber Heard. And at one point, because some guy, it's just their nature. Yeah, that's what it is. Some guy was catcalling us, and she assumed he was talking about her. Like at that time, I was super, super skinny, and I had like hot pink hair. And we were, it was a black guy, and in her mind, black men don't like women like me, like super skinny with hot pink hair. So she assumed he was talking to her, and he said, "No, I wasn't talking to you." And he said it in a really rude way that wasn't the best. And instead of her, like, you know, being offended by the guy, she got mad at me because I got attention. So histrionic, attention. I got attention. So this chick, she pushed me in front of his car, and he almost ran me over. So, did she want to kill me? No. But she lashed out because she wasn't getting attention. And also she had this jealousy thing where if I was in a relationship with a guy, she would get possessive over me. So she didn't mean to hurt me. She didn't mean to kill me. But yes, that's what she did. This was in college. But she just had like a sudden emotion that overcame her, and she just lashed out. So that's why in my video I was saying, like, I saw that she was scheming, Amber. I saw that Amber was scheming on him. She was using him to be famous, but she did care about him. She did have feelings for him, and she didn't want him to leave her. And her way of keeping him around was to get into a fight. Like, she wanted attention from him no matter what. And like, I was seeing that her mental acuity was not there. So it's like, so by the end of the video, I was like, okay, I think I understand Amber. She's not a monster. I think she deserves the ridicule that she's getting because she used Me Too to profit. But in that relationship, she wasn't a monster. It was a horrible relationship. She did threaten to kill herself when I ended the relationship many times. Right before I met her, it was her second attempt at suicide, and she told me that. And because before then, I've had a lot of friends who've been bipolar. I don't know why, but female friends who are bipolar are drawn to me. I don't know why. So I had experience with that, and I felt sorry for her. And that's another thing. Like sometimes histrionic people, borderline people, they just want attention from you no matter what. So if it's positive, oh, this person's showing me attention. If it's negative, I'll threaten to kill myself, blah, blah, blah. Like that's just what they do because they don't want to be abandoned. They want your attention. They want you to be around. So yes, she did. She, like a few times, if I would pull away from her, she would say things like, oh, my friends always leave me. And when that happens, bad things happen. So I understand, but eventually it just became too much. And I just said, you know what? I'm done. I'm totally done. And funny that this comes up. I actually did like a cord cutting ceremony on her because her energy is around me. She was medicated when she was doing all of that. She was medicated. Sometimes it just doesn't work for people. So long story short, that's why towards the end of the video, I finally was starting to have sympathy for Amber because I'm like, okay, I get it. This is just her nature. She's just she's unwell. It doesn't excuse what she did. Believe you me, if you know what my online profiles are, I've been ripping and roaring on Amber's ass since 2016, since the photo in People magazine. But like, I get it. She's sick. That doesn't mean that I excuse what she did. But she's sick. She's literally sick in the head. And as I was reading on them, I felt that Johnny, he would have stayed with her had she not cheated on him. He would have stayed with her had he not found out that she was cheating. He would have stayed. He loved her. Even now, when I was reading for them, he still loved her. He still loved her. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to hook up with her again. I would not be surprised. He still cares about her. Okay, that was a lot. But again, and with that, when you have friends like that and you stay with people like that, you have to look at yourself. Like, why are you attracted to those types of people? Well, Johnny has to look at himself. Why is he attracted to those types of women? Because I don't think she's the first, and she probably won't be the last. What is it about them you like? What is it about you that they like? So people really need to look at themselves for how they're reacting, you know? If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.tarotbymoko.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Moko, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.